What is going on, guys? This is GreenDayCusack here, and my name is also Sean from the progressive metal band Devoted Fusion. The NFL draft just started this weekend, and I was so excited that I got a make-believe ticket to the NFL draft. It looks just like this, and No. We don't want that kind of ticket, okay? But aside from that, we have a new song to react to today. I hope every one of you is having a wonderful week so far. So, we have a new song that we're going to react to today. And this song that was submitted to me through Fiverr is called The Ballad of Tutu. And this song is by Lifebringer. And Sammy Sodias, submitted this to me. And the song is mainly about him being in this side project back in 2023, which is Lifebringer. And this project is meant to him, who is the guitar player of this band, gathering as many talented session musicians to unleash as much originality as possible. They play doom and death metal, and their music is heavily inspired by the early 90s doom bands like The Gathering, Eternal Winds, and Paradise Lost. The track, which is called The Ballad of Tutu, is heavily inspired by two tales. The Danish fairy tale called The Ugly Duckling, and the other by an anime called Princess Tutu. What an interesting comparison this is so far, just from the description alone. And he also gave credit to the lineup on this track. I do apologize in advance if I say any names incorrectly. I'm not so good with speech, so just to give you a fair heads up on that. But on lead vocals, he has Nick, MKHL. He has the female vocals, Imago Latins, excuse me for that. Sammy himself is the rhythm and solo guitar and piano. Caesar Ambrosini is the session solo guitarist. Alex Dolgi is the bass, and Maikon is the drummer of this lineup here. So I'm very excited to hear this. Doom metal. What can I remember? So I know that I've had a coworker back in a former job that was in this like doom metal band called Borgo Pass. And he was around here, he was very local to me and we got along really well. So I'm hoping to hear that kind of vibe when I listen to this song. And of course, excuse me, with any one of us that's watching this right now, this is a first time listen for me, and I would hope it's the same way for you as well. So with that being said, we are going to jump into the song, The Ballad of Tutu. Okay, not pretty nice so far. You got a very aggressive screamer. I love it. So not too bad. It's I think the doom metalish, death metal area. I can understand is a little slow on the tempo, and that makes sense. You know, you songwrote it that way. Yeah, we'll keep it moving along. So far, really nice. You know, loving the screams to it.
I wake up into this new body of mine, same time and time again. This place of a nightmare, I'm stuck and will.
That's a weird change.
Vanish as long as I am here. The only wish to live, to become human. A dream come true.
So it's very interesting. A lot of different tempo changes. I couldn't tell just from an initial standpoint if there were time signature changes at all. You know, it'll take me a few listens to really get into that, but very interesting. You got a lot of complex stuff going on. You know, you got the changes between the screen vocals and, you know, clean vocals. It's nice, nice mixing so far. That's a nice solo.
Slowly, see the jungle.
that. You just heard Lifebringer's new song, The Ballad of Tutu. Sorry, I'm having a little dither, but no, really good song. I had to cut it there because I have a maximum of 6 minutes listening to a song, so I was able to react to the first 6 minutes of the song. But if you want to hear the full 7.5 minute song, you can feel free to go to the link down below and check out their song, The Ballad of Tutu. And of course, their debut album is scheduled to release in late 2025, early 2026, so feel free to check them out. The song itself is pretty good. I liked some of the guitar riffs. You know, you had some pretty cool solos to that. It's very influenced with like the Black Sabbath kind of vibe, and I like that. You know, I love seeing Black Sabbath. When I saw them live, was their end tour. Their first stop was actually in Long Island. They play at Jones Beach Theater, and they have such a phenomenal sound. You know, that's definitely an influence, I would think, for any, you know, doom metal band like yourself. But you may have other influences, like the influences you listed here for the 90s bands like The Gathering, Eternal Winds, and Paradise Lost. I actually haven't heard of those bands. I definitely should check them out and see, because it does sound, you know, like you guys have a really good influence going with it. I will say I do feel like you guys are new. I totally understand. You know, you guys are working very hard on this album and whatnot. I did notice that the editing could have been a little tighter. You know, this does happen with new bands. You know, especially with, you know, my band in the early stages of our work. We've had moments where, you know, we've looked at a recording and said, okay, maybe the editing could have done a little bit better. But, you know, aside from that, it sounds really good. You know, you guys got a really nice mix. Definitely love the quality of the sounds to your mix. This team of musicians that you have for this song is really good. You guys did a phenomenal job with this one so far. So I'm hoping that, you know, will help you guys out for the future. And with this being said, I did also create a Fiverr React chart as per your request. And in this React chart, for those that may not know, I always, I never go on a scale of 1 to 10 with any song or album. I always go by how aggressive the song is, whether the song is heavy or soft. Now, if you submit a soft song to me, that is not a bad thing. I actually like soft songs as well, so don't feel shy to submit soft songs as long as it's still within the rock or metal genre. And also with that being said, you know, I look at the balance, whether a song is mainstream or technical, and the quality as far as that goes. I will focus on whether something is shifted more towards the mix that you followed or the song construction. And with this song, The Ballad of Tutu, this song is heavy, so I definitely could tell, you know, once I immediately heard the screaming vocals. Gotta give credit to the vocals. They were really good, although I couldn't really understand the words that were being said from the screaming vocals. I guess that's just a natural niche, because, you know, sometimes when I scream, I go, I don't know what I'm saying. You know, that can happen sometimes. So, you know, that's just my take on that. But, you know, it sounds really good. You know, it's really heavy. I did notice a lot of different time signature changes and tempo changes, which is why I made this a lot more technical than a mainstream song. And with the quality, you guys did a great job with the mix. I would say, yeah, just to look a little more with the editing process and have your audio engineer try to make the song a little tighter for future. That, of course, is my opinion. I'm only one person, so this does not mean that every single person is going to agree or, rather disagree with me. This is just how I feel when I initially listen to a song like this. So I'm hoping that this helps you guys out and helps you move forward, because you guys have done a great job so far. All right, so I really wish you guys the best on your success. And if you, which are a different viewer or a band, or maybe you are the same band, I don't know. But if you are watching and you want to submit your rock or metal song, feel free to go to the link in the description below, and I will be able to help you out once you contact me. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.